Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here or to watch this later. I want to be quick with this because I value your time, but I want to tell you a little bit about the nutrition for Transform 20, as well as lots of other Beachbody programs you could do. So this is something that you can carry over. You're not having to switch it up every time. And for those of you that are new or that just kind of need a refresher, this will sort of lay that out for you. So with your program materials, you're getting this Getting Started guide. Definitely go there first. You're getting the nutrition guide and you are getting the tracker. But in case you don't have these or you just want to look at these first, let me show you where you can find these on your on demand. So let me share my screen. Okay, so if you go to your Beachbody on demand, you can scroll down here. You can click on workouts if it doesn't show up, but since it's new, it should. You can click on Transform 20. That's where your workouts are going to live. For now, you should have the sample workout, and if you ordered the program down here with Before You Transform, there are your other two workout options. But if you go over here to program materials, everything that I have physically in front of me is here. You've got your workout calendar, the nutrition guide, the Getting Started guide. All of that is there. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at this, if your materials aren't in yet, you can totally do that. But I just want to kind of talk you through this. Now, if you're not doing Transform 20, but you're new to the nutrition, you can get all this info under the 21-day fix nutrition because that's sort of where this started. So go to workouts, go to 21-day fix and look at that nutrition guide. It's very similar. You'll just have some different recipes. All right, so here is how this is going to work. Sometimes they'll have you do a calculation. This one is really just broken up into women and men based on your current weight, and it's going to tell you to fall under one of these plans, A through E. Now, whatever plan you fall under, let's just go with B right now for purposes. You have this set of numbers here, and guys, these are telling you how many of each food group you need to eat in a day. Okay. If you are old school and you have the containers with this, great. But if not, you can jot this down or I'll post it in the group. Your veggie and fruit serving are 1 cup portions. Okay, so just measure out a cup's worth. Your proteins are 3/4 a cup. Your carbs are 1/2 cup. Your healthy fats are like 1/4 cup. And then your seeds and dressings are like a tablespoon. Measure them out. Honestly, do that at the beginning because you're going to think, oh, I know what, a cup is. And you're going to get a cup of veggies and you might say, wow, that's a lot. And then you might get a 1/2 cup of carbs and be like, oh, okay. But as you get used to it and you start measuring, then your eye will start to see and you won't have to pull out measuring cups every time. But I really want to encourage you at the beginning, like really look at what a cup of, grapes looks like. Really look at what 3/4 a cup of rice looks like or quinoa or whatever you're having. But what these numbers are telling you in this booklet is how many servings of each food group you get. So if I'm in Plan B here, 4 veggies, 3 fruits, 4 proteins, 3 carbs, so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is throughout my day, I'm just going to split those up, okay? If I've got to have 4 veggies a day, it's probably going to be a good idea to start getting some veggies in early, or else my dinner is going to be nothing but vegetables. And I also probably don't want a carbo load for breakfast because then there's not going to be any carbs left for me to have later. The way I handle this is instead of planning out every single thing I'm going to eat every day, I just plan out what containers or what food groups I'm going to have when. So for example, my breakfast is normally Shakeology. I know that's a protein, and for me, I put a fruit in it and a tablespoon of peanut butter. So I can make whatever flavor combo I want, but those things always happen. I have a second breakfast after I get to school, which is just some like oatmeal and turkey sausage to get me through, my day to my lunch that's a little bit later. but I'm buying on a carb and a protein for that. So I can totally mix that up. If I don't want to have oatmeal, maybe I make myself a little breakfast burrito. So I'm not necessarily planning out everything I'm going to eat, but I know, okay, I want to have these containers this time. Normally my lunches and dinners are a protein, a veggie, and a carb, and that tends to work out well for the plan. But I'll be sharing some things with you about how to break that up if that's the route you want to go. But really, guys, I mean, that's as simple as it is. Get comfortable with your numbers of servings and play around with seeing how they work well in your in your eating plan. This first week is really prep, so you can really play around with it, see how it works out. Now, if you keep turning in this booklet, you're getting, what veggies are, what fruits are, but you're getting a great list. And the nice thing about this list is the top is sort of the best option you can choose, all the way down to the ones that aren't so great. And you can choose whatever you want to off the list, but it's just kind of a great place to go if you need some fresh ideas, and they have it for every single food group. So that's a great place to turn. That's a great place to go and make your meal plans from and look at those. Now, if you keep turning, there are sample meal plans for whatever plan you fall under, A, B, or C, and then keep going. Guys, there's a ton of recipes in here. So if you're overwhelmed and you don't know what to eat, just start here. Okay, it's simple, it's one little booklet, but find what plan you fall under, know how many servings of each food group you need to have, measure, and eat. Okay, that's really the meal plan in the nutshell. Everything else I'm going to talk about are just sort of some added resources for you. Now, with Transform 20, you also get this awesome tracker. And the tracker has a place where you can tell what you had for every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you can also keep a tally of your containers. So maybe in the front of this book, if you're new to it, you write down how many servings of each one you're going to have, and you just go through and make sure you do this. You can also download the Beachbody Nutrition app or the free 21-day Fix app, and that will give you a place to do that on your phone. So if you're out on the go a lot and you don't always have your tracker with you, you can keep up with your containers that way. I will be having us in our group share our trackers some days. That's by no means like a shaming tool or to compare people. That's just an added piece of accountability for you to make sure you're really being truthful. And look, if I eat chocolate cake, I'm writing down chocolate cake. That's fine. Some days are chocolate cake days, but we need to, own it. We need to know that we chose it and that it's okay. Okay, it's perfectly fine to have treats. So super excited for that tracker. Some other things I want to make sure you know about. Make sure you look in our group in the files section. If you go to the main feed, info and files up top, I have uploaded 2 different weeks worth of quick dinners for you with the container equivalents at the bottom, as well as a meal plan that goes throughout a whole week, just sort of another sample for you. Another reason I want to share those trackers is that if we're all sharing them maybe, once a week or once every 2 weeks, we're going to get more ideas for things we could be eating and how we can mix it up. So it's just a win-win. Lastly, I'm going to go back and share my screen again. Sorry, I should have done this a second ago. If you go back to your Beachbody On Demand and you click right here on nutrition, okay, I'll talk about 2B Mindset in just a second, but down here with nutrition channels, Shakeology. If you need ideas for your shake, there's a whole calendar of stuff in the info and file section in our group, but this right here is golden. So if you click on Fixate, this is Autumn who actually came up with this container system, but over here on videos, her and her brother have created a ton of videos that talk and show you how to make individual recipes. There's lots of foundational things right here to get you started, but guys, there's everything. So if you need ideas for breakfast, click on here, scroll through, see what looks good, and then you can watch like a 5-minute video about how it's made. Now, you can also go back up to the top over here to resources, and there's literally a giant PDF right here of all the recipes that you just saw videos for. So that is a fantastic resource. So you don't have to go out into the big wide web and get lost in Pinterest trying to find healthy recipes. You totally can. But if you need somewhere to start, start with your nutrition guide, look at the recipes in there, look at our group files, and then go and look at the Fixate channel. There's a ton of stuff there if you need some new ideas. I'll be kind of sharing a sample day that I tend to follow that works for me. But please, please, please let me know if you have questions. If this is new, it may be a little weird knowing what it looks like, but look through your nutrition guide first or look at it online, find your plan, and then I'll be glad to help you as much as you want. If you like freedom and just to kind of go with it, that's great. And if you need more structure and you need help making a meal plan, we can totally do that as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and be sure to send me any questions if you have them. All right, bye guys.